That's cute. Hey! Hello, Internet!
Hey
Uh, we
everyone.
are Hec- we are Hector. My name is Nathan, and this is Mike. And the rest of our team has Ebola, so we wish them a speedy recovery. Though we should temper expectations. It does have a 90% mortality rate, so it might just be two people in Hector for a while.
Yeah, I think Elizabeth was trying to flee the country too. I think she was going to infect a whole other country as well.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. She's it's well known that Elizabeth hates modern medicine.
mhm. Yeah, she. I think she's going to Canada for a cure. I don't know what they're going to do for her. It's probably some kind of fake thing where they pull out chicken livers and that she thinks they're going in her stomach. But that's her. You can't tell her what to
Yeah.
do.
No, no, and all of Canada will regret giving her an entrance visa.
Okay.
But we should go ahead and get to some improv. Since I guess we'll just do a montage as per usual, and to look around. You know what? I'm gonna grab.
What's he getting? What can it be,
This is
folks?
a. This is a. This is just something that happened to be lying around my apartment, a nice giant empty bottle of Jose Cuervo. And there on the back is a little decal that I haven't read it yet, but I assume it's something of a history of Jose Cuervo. So I'm just going to choose a word. Temperate. Temperate is our suggestion.
Temper?
Temperate.
Temperate.
Like, yeah, like nicer than tropical and nicer
Yeah.
than frigid.
I was
Temperate.
wondering. Yeah, I was wondering why the word temper would be on the back of a bottle.
Jose Cuervo, famous for infuriating men with short tempers for centuries. Angry, alcoholic, drunk. Go
Yeah,
home to upset their families.
exactly. I gotta ask though. That bottle, who emptied it?
Oh, my roommate and my roommate's company. Um,
Uh,
I wasn't there for the emptying of the bottle, but I assume that a good time was had. I sincerely hope that a good time was had. Otherwise, it would probably be leading into some of that temper stuff that
yeah.
they might be famous for.
All
But
right.
yeah, I've never been. I don't usually drink too much hard liquor because I think I have control issues. Um, like way that I control eating or drinking or any other sort of consumption is I just have to not buy it in the first place. Um, like if I go out and buy a six pack, it's too easy to drink like many of those in a single sitting. So I don't. So if I was buying hard alcohol, that would probably not be so great. So I just don't buy any of that. Although every so
Yeah.
often I
Yeah.
weaken.
Yeah. Like hard alcohol like sneaks up on me too. Like I can't tell that I'm drunk when I'm drinking it. And same
Hmm.
thing. I'll just keep going and going until eventually someone tells me I'm drunk because I don't know. And it's just like, oh, okay. But,
I uh, I do the same thing with chips. So like if I'm buying food for myself, I have to buy raw ingredients because if I buy anything that's convenient or particularly tasty on its own, I'll just eat it in that. And then God, I was living in New York for 3 months, and there was a store on the west side. I think it was Western Beef. There was just this junky grocery store, and they had Western Beef brand like party mix chips, like with like knockoff Doritos, knockoff Cheetos, and pretzels, and so on and so forth. Um,
yeah.
and they'd sell it in a barrel that was you can't see like a 2 foot tall barrel that was maybe like like 7 inches in diameter. So just a disgusting amount. And then that would like replace meals for like 3 or 4 days, not 3 or 4 days, 2 or 3 days. And then I go out and buy another one. And so now I have to buy like Brussels sprouts because no one sits there and eats a disgusting amount of Brussels sprouts. You know, you got to prepare them some. And, yeah.
Wow. All right. Mom, I was hoping we could have something other than raisins for dinner. We've had raisins for like the last week.
And how have your stools been? Very good, I assume, because that's why we're getting so much raisins. You got to get your fiber.
They've been great. I've been doing wonderful. I think I'm completely flushed out. I was hoping maybe since it's my birthday, I could have something different.
Well, it is your birthday, and I wanted to keep it as a surprise, but I am changing things up a little bit. I wanted to save it for dinner tonight, but I got you this cake made out of dried dates and prunes.
Dried dates and prunes. Wow, Mom, you're the best. That's so great. Oh, I could have sworn you were going to give me raisins again.
Nope. I know that we've been eating nothing but raisins for just days and days and days, and so I figured for your birthday I'd change things up. But tomorrow we'll be back to raisins.
I have to say, you have a real raisin consistency to them, Mom. I'm not trying to pull them over on me. I do. I like them, and I'm really hoping that my stools show significant, I don't know.
Well, they'll be more or less the same as they were with the raisins. The same amount of fiber. You know what? I'm just gonna be honest. I did pull a fast one on you. Dates and dried prunes are almost the same as raisins. They're just they're different fruits, but undergoes a similar process. I'm trying to make you hate me, son. I'm trying to be as bad of a parent as I can. So without actually hurting you, because I'm not fit to be a parent, you know? I was hoping you would complain to someone, maybe someone at your school, Child Protective Services, an aunt or an uncle. That's why I only invited your relatives to your birthday party, so that they'd ask you how you'd been, and you would just tell them you'd been eating nothing but raisins, and they would do something.
I don't understand why you want me to hate you, though, Mom. You're my mom. I love you. I wouldn't want to get you in trouble.
I love you too, but I'm just not fit to be a parent. You know, I don't want to say you were a mistake. I don't want to say that's a lot of a burden to put on a child. So you were a mistake. And no, don't make that face. You weren't a mistake. You weren't a mistake. I want you to say it back to me. You weren't a mistake.
I'm not a mistake.
Okay.
Why do I have to repeat it back to you? Do you need affirmation? Was I really a mistake? I was a mistake. I was a mistake.
No. Oh, I'm such a bad parent. Oh, I'm so horrible. Everybody hates me. This is the worst day of my life.
Everyone loves you, Mom. You give to charity. You work effortlessly at the soup kitchen every weekend. You know, if you wanted to be terrible, maybe you should have gave me candy instead of something that's somewhat healthy for me. Everyone thinks you're wonderful.
Oh, well, thanks. I guess I'm not even good at being a bad parent.
You're the best parent, and I wouldn't trade you in for all the raisins in the world.
You know what? Screw these dates and prunes. We're going to have an ice cream cake tonight. That's the least I could do for you.
How's that going to affect my stools, though, Mom? I don't know about this.
We cut to a nice English field, and there's like a nice just little house with some sheep in front of it, and a man comes out of the house with a pitchfork. Another man on the porch. Sheep are looking fertile.
Yep. Not too much to look at out here in these fields, but all these sheep day in and day out.
I, I, the roof's leaking.
The roof?
The
Yeah,
roof is leaking. Floors are squeaking.
it's an
Doors are
old,
creaking.
it's an old shack. It's been here for like
I,
100 years. I,
I, I.
I think maybe I don't know. I want to fix it up, but it's kind of historic, you know. I don't think we need to do anything.
I. It's funny you should bring that up, and it's funny you should bring up the sheep and nothing to look at. I was thinking of installing a mini bar, and we could have friends over, and maybe put up some nice curtains, and maybe one of those inflatable movie theaters that they have in the Sky Mall.
And you turning this into a bachelor pad? What is this? Some kind of highfalutin like Club 21 out of New York City or something? This is a sheep farmer's shack. I don't know if I'm ready for this.
I'm just saying maybe we could change and do us some good. You know? How many days have I come out onto this porch, told you the sheep look fertile?
Every day for the last 22 years.
Every day for the last 22 years. And I just can't do it anymore.
Tell you what, I'll go downtown. I'll go over to the Five and Dime. I'll get myself a can of paint, red paint, and I'll paint the door red instead of it being maroon. How's that for change?
Well, it's a good first step, but there's gonna have to be a lot more coming after that. We gotta spice up the place, a disco ball, maybe a fog machine or two.
Are you
Catering.
high? Are you high on that crack cocaine they selling in New York City? Putting a disco ball in a sheep shack? You know that due to the sheep, they'd be seeing that disco ball, they'd get all transmorgified or however you say that word, they'd just be mesmerized and oh, you're a city boy now. I think you watching too much of that TV downtown.
TV's not so bad. TV's not so bad. I was thinking about getting cable or satellite television for ourselves, you know? We could watch some of that television they like in the city so much, you know, like shows like Friends or Will and Grace.
Friends or Will and Grace, those sound kind of interesting. I don't know about these TV shows, probably based out of New York City. Those sound like New York City shows. Who needs Friends? I'd watch a show called Sheep, or I'd watch a show called My Creaky Floors. That's what Hollywood needs.
Listen, I can't continue to live my life like this anymore. After the I've seen through television, my life's a whole different thing now, and I got different needs. And well, Jess, if you can't keep up with changing times, I might have to move on.
Well, I knew this day would come, and I hoped you would never leave me. You have to realize, if you leave, that's it. You'll never see me again, 'cause I don't have no phone. I don't subscribe to any of this, technology. I could maybe send a sheep with a note down the meadow. I don't know how far he'd get.
Oh, Jess, say it isn't so. What? There's got to be some way. I've been hearing about this new thing called Twitter. There's got to be some way I can tweet to you. Maybe send you a line or something.
Birds and vines. You're talking about the grape field and birds. We could do that. Strap a letter around one of the birds and send it down. It'd be like a homing pigeon. One bird can do it. I assume other birds can do it. That's what you're referring to.
Oh, there's no hope for you, Jessup. There's no hope at all.
Well,
I guess just gonna have to move on. Find myself a nice apartment, a loft with a couple of metrosexuals, and just set ourselves up being single in the city.
if that's the life you choose, I'll be single about here, all alone, me and just a sheep. You want to go on your metro cycles and do whatever you're talking about? I can't stop you. I can't stop progress. I couldn't stop it when the Piggly Wiggly closed down for an Acme. Progress happens. If you need to go, go. That's your choice, but I'm staying put.
Jessup, I promise I'll come back and visit. I promise I'll come back and visit.
They always say
Would you
that.
like that?
I would love that, but you're not gonna do it. You're gonna get all like transmorgified like a sheep looking at a disco ball once you get into that Times Square place. You'll be looking at the Marlboro Man smoking through a sign and the Dunkin' Donuts coffee just percolating like it's real. The neon, it turns into a zombie.
Wait just a golden second, Jessup. Did you just say there'd been others before me, before you went into that tirade?
There was. There's lots of people that come up here just to get away from it all, and then they stay for a couple of days and they leave. I've been here for 64 years. You think there was no one before you? You think you're the only one? You think you're special?
Yeah, I guess I did. I thought what we had was something meaningful, but if me moving on is just gonna be another in a long series of the things you've been through, I guess that takes away some of the. I'm hurt, Jessup. I'm hurt, and I know I said I was leaving, but that don't make this hurt any less.
Yeah,
Knowing that there have been others.
you'll get over it. Just like Carol. Carol before you, she left for some place called Hoboken. She said it was a glamorous place filled with mystery and an adventure. And she said, "Oh, I'll come back and visit you." You know what she took? She took my heart, she took my soul, and ever since then, I don't give a damn. So you get out, take a sheep with you. I want you to take one as a reminder, and just get out.
we cut to the city boy looking for apartments, and he has his sheep underneath his arm as he's speaking to the realtor for one of the apartments.
So
It's
you'll
tiny.
see, it's tiny for for maybe from where you're from, but this is actually very, very spacious, and you have a decent view of half a brick wall. So that's a selling point right there.
I do have to ask, where is your nearest grassy meadow? Old Hickory here's.
Oh my God,
Gonna need
that's
to
real? I
forge.
thought that was a stuffed animal. That's a real sheep?
Yes,
My
he's
God.
he's very docile. He's good at staying still for long periods of time, but he's a living, breathing thing. He's gonna need the things the sheep needs: grass, open spaces, place to poop.
Well, you'll find in New York City, we're very open to lots of things. If you want to have a sheep as a partner, that's totally fine. As far as the nearest grass, you're gonna have to take like I don't know the F train, and I don't know maybe there's a park. Yeah, I think there's a park, Second Avenue.
Oh, well, that's real refreshing to hear. I gotta say, after watching all those television shows, I thought city folk might be a little not so understanding of me and old Hickory's needs.
Well, you came to the right place. This isn't like Secaucus. This is New York City, where everything happens, every dream comes true. You came to the right town.
We cut to Secaucus, and it's a different person who has a dog and the realtor. You're saying I can't have my dog here?
Get that fucking creature out of here, you perverted mother. Get out! We don't want your kind around here.
We got back to to New York. Well, that sounds just dandy. That sounds. Me and old Hickory will be right at home here.
In fact, if you want to marry Old Hickory, I could even do it for you. I'm not judging, but here in New York, realtors we have power over everything.
Well, I never took myself much for the marrying kind, but I suppose every man needs a spouse, needs somebody to keep his feet warm, resting at the end of the bed with all that wool. It's what a partner does for you, right?
Well, I don't want to tell you how to live your life, and I just want to tell you from experience, you don't have to be married to do that. You don't feel like you have to have that kind of bond. You want to just live in sin. It's fine here. I can let you do that too. Whatever you want to do. Don't feel like you need to get it. I just offered it.
You're saying me and old Hickory could have an open relationship? Me and old Hickory could I could be seeing other sheep on the side?
That's what you're into. I mean, finding other sheep in the city, that's going to be hard. I mean, regular dating is hard enough in this city. I mean, that's just a fact. So you may find a real woman, which is fine. We don't prefer that you marry like a normal person. That's kind of not cool.
We cut to a month later, and it's the renter and old Hickory, and they're having a fight. Listen, I don't love her, okay? It was only physical. It was only physical. You're my main sheep. You're my main ewe, okay? Oh, no. Hey, don't put words in my mouth, okay? That's not what I said. It was only for 1 weekend. If it's such a big deal, I'll never see her again, okay? But when we moved to New York, we said we'd be okay seeing other people. Hey, just because you haven't been able to find anybody else out here doesn't mean that I should have to be the bearer of all that bad will, okay? Listen, I care for you more than any other thing I've ever cared for on this earth, except maybe Jessup. But, well, I don't know. Sometimes I just feel so lost, old Hickory. Oh, that's so true. What are we doing out here? We're not city folk. You're right. We gotta go back. This was such a mistake. Can you ever forgive me, old Hickory? Oh, you're the sweetest old ewe I ever knew. Let's go on home. We got back to the farm.
Well, look who's back.
Well, howdy, Jessup. Me and old Hickory learned a lesson. We're not cut out for the city, and she helped me understand that. I made a whole lot of mistakes, and I've been thinking, and I hurt people most dear to me. I hurt you, and I hurt old Hickory. Could you find it in your heart to let us back home?
Yep. I never thought you'd come back. I kind of moved on. In fact, if you look throughout the pasture, you'll see something's missing.
No,
I
it
killed
can't
them
be.
all. I killed them all.
Jesus. Jessup, how could you? Look what you've done to old Hickory. She's positively beset with sadness and overcome by sorrow.
Meh, meh, meh. Well, I did what you told me. I went to the tweets in the vines. I'm a wine farmer now, and I got a whole flock of birds.
Oh, that's what those damn sparrows sitting around her for. I
That's
was
right.
wondering.
I trained every one of them birds to drop grapes all over town as a sample of my wares. I think we need to call it.
Alright. Alright.
Oh, we're bad improvisers. We broke our character.
We broke